They're divided into three categories: physical, behavioral, and psychological. Psychological signs are often internal, but can manifest through words, emotions, and engagement in daily life. These signs are really help us in indicating a person is struggling with the mental well-being or not. So these include crying spells, frequently crying, sometimes for no identifiable reason to us, withdrawal, uh, withdrawing from social settings, work-related interactions, feeling overwhelmed, verbal or this might include, verbal or non-verbal cues indicating that the person feels incapable of coping with whatever they're going through. Speech reflecting helplessness, hopelessness, worthlessness. Language indicating a lack of confidence, self-esteem, despair. We can really pick those out if we really pay attention to that. Statements like, if that person uses statements like, nothing I do make a difference, or I feel like a failure. Again, that is the heightened version of what they might say. They might also say that can reflect hopelessness or helplessness or worthlessness, is that I don't think I'm really contributing to the team. Now, this seems like a very harmless statement. Underneath, you can really find a lot of problems that this person might be having. Then there's decreased pleasure in previously enjoyed activities, loss of interest in things that they actually used to enjoy. Behavioral changes often appear, often are the easiest for us to view because, it's something that is very covert. Includes absenteeism, problem with concentration, decision making, and we can really see that in like workplaces. Missing deadlines, forgetting meetings, or struggling to process information during discussions, failing to take notes maybe during meetings, increased use of substances. Now, this is something that you normally wouldn't necessarily know in a workplace if it's an employee or a coworker. But then obviously if it's a close friend of yours that you can see really using substances to a degree that is not, I guess, appropriate. Increased arguments and irritability, really snapping at others really quickly, engaging in unnecessary conflicts, hyperactivity or excessive talking, sudden increase in activity or constantly talking, often, this can often be as a way to mask their distress, as Revati mentioned before. So then there's physical symptoms, they often serve as obviously the most visible indicators because it's physical, you can see them pacing up and down, fidgeting with their hands, tremors, shaking, unsteady gait, which is something that you can really make out where, maybe they're in obvious physical health, maybe good health, but then something is not right because you can see, them having difficulty walking steadily. So it might be due to exhaustion, anxiety, stress, those kind of things. Poor hygiene, unkempt appearance. That is one of the things that, is very advisable whenever like a client comes in like professional setting also. One of the things that I was taught is always look at the client's nails first. That's like the first thing that you can notice about a client, and that can really help you know what they're going through. So these kind of little things are very important down the line. Yeah.
So how many of us actually noticed our nails right now? I did. But that's a good one, to get us into observing things. It's very important as mental health advisors to be good observers. Yeah, please continue. Thank you.
There were dark circles, red eyes. These indicate sleep deprivation, excessive crying. Red eyes would bloodshot eyes really do help you understand that they might be going through something. Either they haven't cried or they are stopping themselves from crying because they are at a workplace, maybe those kind of things. Falling asleep at work, extreme weight changes, very visible, right?